Easy, awesome Dollar Tree planner idea. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. That's right, we're going to take this planner and turn it into something cute and useful. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. I am so glad that you are choosing to spend a portion of your day with me. If you love paper crafting as much as I love paper crafting, we are going to have some tremendous fun today. Thank you all so much for being here, and thank you for the wonderful ways in which you support me and my channel. Today, we're going to do a 2025 planner. This one is from the Dollar Tree. You can probably find planners like this almost anywhere, but I got mine from the Dollar Tree. So I'll flip to my overhead camera in just a minute so that you'll see how cute we can actually make this. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all. So everything that we're going to be using to make today's project is right here. We are going to be using this beautiful 3 by 6.5 inch weekly planner from the Dollar Tree. And y'all, these are common items that can be found almost anywhere. I just happen to like the look of this one. Then I have a brown paper bag, and we're going to be using this brown paper bag on this project. Then I have some scrap pieces of paper that we'll use on the project as well. The sizing of the paper doesn't matter. This is truly just scrap pieces. Then we'll be using some chipboard on this project, and I have 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 3 3/4 by 7. And I have 1 piece that measures 3/4 of an inch by 7. Then I have this beautiful piece of 12 by 12 decorative scrapbook paper, and it really is a text weight paper. I could very easily run this through my printer. That's what I mean when I say text weight. It is about the weight of a piece of copier paper. And I got this paper from Hobby Lobby. I've had this paper for a while, and it is from the Paper Studio collection. I believe that they still sell it. When I bought this, it was 50% off, so I paid about 35 cents for this one sheet. If you're looking for this, it is called Traditions Floral Paisley. The Hobby Lobby item number is 112094. I love this paper because it works for both masculine and non-masculine projects. This is a great any time of the year print, but we're going to be using it specifically for today's project using this 2025 planner. The planner itself is $1.25 from the Dollar Tree. I am going to go ahead and just remove this sheet here, the pricing. Because y'all, this is going to be a very quick project, but it'll give you an idea of how you can use covers that you actually like and you don't want to cover them. This will give you an idea of exactly how you can do that, because I like this cover and I don't want to cover it. And here's what I'm going to be making today along with you. So I have a little folio booklet. We make these a lot on the channel, but you can never have too many because I always make them in various sizes. But on this one, I use that paisley paper as the cover for the chipboard. And then I put a sticker on the front that says, making the most of today. Then when we open it, on the inside, I decided I wanted to keep this in its original state. And it's removable, and I'll show you how to make it removable as we get into the project. And on this side, I use some of that scrap paper so that if you wanted to just make some quick notes, you can certainly do that. I distressed everything to give it a more aged and used look. I love how this turned out, and I really love how I was able to keep the front of this in its natural state. A lot of times I'll cover these, but when I find a cover that I like, and I do like this one, so we're going to make something to carry it so that we can protect it, but we'll also keep the original look of this. So when finished, this is 3 3/4 by 7, and it's 3/4 of an inch deep. Very, very easy. Here's how we're going to do it. So y'all, I'm going to take this beautiful piece of 12 by 12, and we will be taking our chipboard pieces and placing them down like this. And when we place them down, we're going to place them down so that we have about 1/8 of an inch spacing in between all of the pieces. So I am just going to go ahead, peel away backer number 1, and we're going to place this right there. We'll peel away these backers. I'm going to place that right there with about 1/8 of an inch in spacing in between. And then we'll do the same thing with our last piece. So we're going to take this piece, put it down like that. And so now I'll take my finger blade and we'll cut across to remove this excess. And then we'll cut here to remove some of this excess. And I'll be saving this. Now I'm going to flip this over, get that nice and stuck. Then I'll take my stylus. I'm using a scrapbook weight paper, so it's not going to crack on me. But if you do have a paper that is prone to cracking, go ahead and take your stylus, press it against the chipboard, and then just drive it into the paper to get a score all the way around. Now this might not stop the paper from cracking, but it might help to minimize some of that cracking. I'll even go in on the inside here. So now we can take this, stand it up, fold it over on all 4 sides, because what we're doing is we are getting ready to miter our ends. And I'm going to make a very distinct crease because I want to show you what I mean by mitering. So hopefully you can see the crease this way and the crease this way. What we're going to do, so now that we have that intersection defined, we simply need to cut through it like this. So now that we have our pieces like this, I'm going to use my snail tape runner, and I can do that on these pieces because I'll be folding them over and we'll actually sandwich them between the chipboard and the liner paper. So we don't have to worry about this coming undone. So let's go ahead and just fold over. Let's fold over. Fold here and fold here. Now let's get that nice and stuck. And there is our jacket. Now we need to figure out the inside liner piece size. So I'm going to bring in my scoreboard trimmer, flip it to the scoring side, and I'm going to measure. So when I measure this, it is measuring at 8.5. I always reduce by 1/4. So I know that I'll take this 8.5 and reduce it by 1/4. So my piece will be at least 8.25 inches long. Then I'll turn it this way. It's 7 inches. I'm going to reduce it by 1/4. So it'll be 6 3/4 by 8 1/4. That is the size that I will need my inside liner to be, and that is how I figure out my inside liner sizes. So this is where the paper bag comes into play. So when I was making the first one, I really liked the natural look of it, and I'll bring this back in so that you can see that I use the brown paper bag as my inside liner piece. And you can too. You don't have to use a brown paper bag. You can just use a paper bag. So I know that my piece needs to be 6 3/4 by 8 1/4. So I am going to open this and I am going to trim first at 8 3/4 just to get that bottom piece off. So now I'm going to take it and just open the seam. So I can trim away that, and then I'll trim this to 8 1/4. And now I have a piece that is 8 1/4 inches long, which we know will fit here. And now I'm going to trim it to 6 3/4. So that's basically all I did, y'all, was I took my brown paper bag and I trimmed it. I cut out a piece that would work as an inside liner. I still have this left. I can save it and use it on another project, or I can just toss it because I have so many brown paper bag pieces left over that I don't need to save all of them. And quite honestly, I can't save all of them. So I am going to take my tape, and we're going to place our tape down to cover the chipboard. And then we'll place tape around the edges of the inside liner, and we will be ready to put this together. And y'all, I'm using tape. If you don't want to use tape or any product that you see me using, go ahead and use what feels best for you to use. You don't have to use the tape. I like to use tape on projects like this, but that doesn't mean that you have to use tape. Whatever you have available to you that you are used to using and you prefer to use, go ahead and use what works best for you. So I am just taping the edges of this. You can very easily glue this down around the edges, but I am just going to take my tape and use that. And then what we'll be doing is we will remove the tape backers and we will join the inside liner to the jacket. All right, so now we can take this piece and we're just going to put it down. Didn't get it straight. Y'all, I got it crooked, but I am going to go with it. I'm going to take my big old spatula, get this stuck. And you can see that I was able to iron out some of those wrinkles with my big old spatula. That happened because I laid my inside liner down crooked, and that's going to happen. And those are things that I truly just don't stress over. So we're going to go in and define our spine on both sides. And there we have our sweet little jacket. Y'all, I am going to take some Distress ink, and I'm just going to distress this a little bit around the edges. And I'm just going in, not even being strategic in how I'm placing it, so you can see that we have a nice little worn look. So now I'm going to bring in this piece that was left over when we placed down the chipboard pieces, because I want to use it to create the refillable portion or the removable portion of this folio. So I am going to take this and I am going to trim it to 7 3/4. Then I'm going to take it, align it at 2, and score at 1/2 inch. All right, so we'll be able to take this piece and we can fold it over. And then we'll just add a little bit of glue here. Fold that over. Get it nice and stuck. And then we'll take this piece and we'll put it in like this. So what I want to do is I want to put just a little bit of glue along the bottom, not a whole lot, and on the side. Then I'm going to take this piece and I put it right along the edge. So I butted it up against the edge. Then I'm going to take my big old spatula and make sure that when I put this down, I'm pressing away from the glue, because I don't want the glue to move in this way or up, because that'll make it a little bit harder to place in our book. So now I'm going to take my book, going to take just a little bit of Distress ink, and we're going to distress the book a little bit as well. And I'll do the back and the front. This is not anything that you have to do. If I'm doing a decorative step that you really don't like or you don't think is necessary, when you make yours, just skip that particular step. So now I can take this and we can put it in like this. And when we close it, it'll be like that. So I am just going to go ahead and take a little sticker that says "One Fine Day." I'm going to add just a little bit of distressing to that to knock off some of that brightness. And we'll take this sticker and we'll put it right there. And you can see that we don't have to do a whole lot in the way of decorating and embellishing unless you want to. So I'm going to open the inside here and we're going to find a decorative way to use this. So I have this piece here and I am just going to take a little bit of my distress ink and let's distress it just a little bit. And then I have this piece that says Special Mementos. We're going to do the same thing here. Let's distress it. Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to add some glue along one side and we'll place it right there. And I'll place this right here. Then I'm just going to take my scrap paper and distress it. And now I can take my pieces of distressed paper and just add it in like that. You can put as many pieces in here as you want. You can add ephemera. You can do so many different things with this. So y'all, there we have it. It's beautiful. One Fine Day sums it up because in 2025, you'll be able to plan your week or your month however you need to and carry it around like this. It is truly one of those handheld things that we love to make on the channel. I am going to bring that first one back in because I want you to see just how gorgeous these are. Super, super easy. And you can see that we kept the book the way that it was. We simply enhanced it by placing it inside a beautiful jacket. So I hope that this has inspired you to do something similar with some of those smaller planners that you might have or smaller notebooks that you might have. If you have liked this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do and this is how we do it. I'd love to have you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful friends, y'all please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.